All right, Jimmy, whenever you're ready, we'll kick it off.
Okay, are we ready?
Yep.
All right, what is going on, fellow wildlife control operators? Jimmy Catchings here with South Houston, owner of the Critter Squad Incorporated. This is something truly unique to the industry. We're a group of truly like-minded individuals that have come together by chance, whatever you want to call it. But we have come up with an organization and a plan and a concept that is different than anything else in this industry. We are a group of individuals that are like-minded, working together, trying to truly build each other up as best every chance we get to create a new and exciting approach to working as a group, working in an organization. This is a new concept. There's going to be some growing pains. All right, we're just normal guys out here. Each of us has a unique skill set. Every single one of us is successful, but each one of us has specific skill sets that we're good at. And the power of our group is the fact that we conduct ourselves in a manner that is not us trying to make as much money out of everybody as we can, but we truly love helping one another and seeing the results of what we bring to the table and helping others be successful. We're all real wildlife professionals. We're real men, real wildlife professionals. We're not out here trying to write books and police the industry. That's not it at all. We are truly here trying to set a new standard of honor and integrity and teamwork, and set take the individuals who are really wanting to take their business to the next level and start rubbing elbows and sharing knowledge and experience with other individuals for the better of the entire group. This is not, we're not going to try to police the industry. We're not going to try to change the industry per se, but we are going to have impact on the industry because of what we bring to the table and the way that we conduct ourselves. One of my sayings, and if anybody that knows me, they hear me say it all the time, one team, one fight. And that's the way every single one of us brings our A game every single day. We are a phone call away. We're always here to help one another. It's truly, truly, truly something unique and different and absolutely refreshing. I'm loving it. I've only been a part of this team. This team's only been alive for a few months, and it's growing, and it's absolutely exciting and groundbreaking. All right, so what we're planning is we've got some training coming up. And we've brought in some of the best minds in the industry, and we're putting together. It's going to be in October. We'll get to the dates and times here in just a minute. But let's talk about the individuals who are actually going to be presenting. We'll start with Richard Hodges. He's an owner of Patriot Wildlife out of Tennessee, and his beautiful wife, Miss Julie, of course. They're wonderful people, great people. He's very successful wildlife control operator. He's an absolute master. He brought something, and we're going to talk about exactly what it is here shortly. But he brought something, and I've actually been to the training, and I am so excited for him to present it to the group. It has truly added a significant increase in my revenue. Truly, truly, truly has. Next is myself, James Catchings. I've been in the industry about 8 years. I'm retired military. I'm the owner and operator of Critter Squad Incorporated in South Houston. I love my job. I love what I do. I'm going to be talking about Ridgeguard. We'll get into the details here shortly, but it's pretty exciting. I've talked directly with Tony Siri. We'll get into the details here in just a second, but when you leave, you're going to know how to install Ridgeguard properly, and you're also going to be certified, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. Jim Walton, another extremely exciting individual, and we welcome him to the team as well. I'm not going to get into his history. I'm going to allow him to do that when it's time. But let me tell you something right now. This gentleman right here travels the world. He has taken air rifles to an absolute next level and dealing with nuisance wildlife. He's traveled all over the world for cleaning out iguanas, bird control, you name it. He's got a very small team of absolutely elite shooters. These guys are some of the best on the planet. This guy's absolutely amazing, great guy, absolute great guy. He's going to be sharing some inside secrets, not only on marksmanship with an air rifle, but as well as how to get those contracts. That's money in the bank, guys. Our next we'll talk about, scroll down. Mario Zaino, owner of U.S. Wildlife Services. He's been in the industry a little over 12 years. He started actually as a young boy. He is the brains behind the bunch. He is going to be the one that's going to be talking about how to actually teach and show methods on how to generate leads and revenue for yourself instead of being a slave to the big companies and having to hire outside agencies and wasting your money on Google AdWords. Though it can be effective in certain instances, he's going to teach you methods that he has spent years mastering, spent untold thousands of dollars on mastering his skill. He's bringing an entirely new approach to our industry. He's not just talking about advertising for you. He's not trying to do that. What he is going to teach is how to generate revenue and leads for yourself.
Hey,
there is no. What's that?
Real quick. 21 years trapping, 16 years doing residential trapping. So 21 years of fur trapping, it's 16 years of residential trapping. And
what's crazy, guys? What, Mario, you what, 33, 34?
I'll be 34.
34. He started as a boy. His hero is Jeremiah Jones. And let me tell you, the guy's amazing. Johnson. Not only is he... What?
Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah, what did I say? I said Jeremiah Johnson. I thought I may have said.
I think you said Jeremiah.
I might have said Jerry Jones. I may have had Cowboys on my brain. I'm sorry. Jeremiah, but he's been a trapper since a little boy. It's been his dream, and he has made his dream his reality. Extremely brilliant mind, and not only that, he's a great guy. Kevin, Platinum Wildlife out of Michigan, another brilliant business owner. I don't know how this guy did it. He has built, and I'm not even going to put a number on it. The guy is beyond successful, and I don't know how he did it. He did it without any other organization. He did it through hard work, research. He did it by himself, and he's just a brilliant guy. And again, just another great, nice guy. Brings a lot to the table, and he is the one that has cracked one of the main codes in our industry. Everybody's always talking about recurring revenue. When folks hire guys like us, what do? We come in, we fix the problem, we make our money, and we're gone. We're one and done. There is no recurring revenue. It's hard to add value to our companies when we're one and done. We come in, we fix the problem, and we leave. There is no recurring revenue. There's no contracts for the most part in you. And I'm speaking in general terms, of course. Kevin, the brilliant genius that he is, he has found and developed an extremely simple, successful business plan. And when I say extremely simple, guys, I'm talking it is a turnkey. You put your effort into it, you build it, you got to grind it out at first, but once you get it up and running, it's almost like mailbox money, and it's recurring revenue. It will truly add value, true quantifiable value to your company. That is worth money. I'm not talking about us. That's money in your pocket. This guy has the trick, and that's coming up at our training seminar. Another brilliant mind, Chris, he's a public adjuster and a longtime wildlife professional. Mario has a extensive history with this gentleman. They worked together for years. He's cracked another great code. And I'll even speak for myself on this one. I've been doing this a little over 8 years. One of the biggest hurdles I've had is getting insurance claims approved from insurance companies. And it usually boils down to a single word. If I use the wrong word, the insurance company kicks it back. Chris has broken the code. He's figured out how to do it. And it's not black hat. It's not illegal. All he did was learn how to read policies, read the coverage, and interpret them, write estimates so they get approved. This could potentially grow. I mean, think about how many jobs on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis you don't get simply because the price tag was too high. The damage was too extensive. The material, whatever the job was just too big of a job. How powerful would it be if we had the knowledge to properly write up an estimate to get it approved by insurance companies? How much money can that generate for you? Think about that. Think about all the big jobs that you didn't get, but you knew, or there was a dang good chance that it should be covered by insurance, but you just don't know how to write it. Chris is going to be there, and he's going to show us the tricks of the trade, how to write an estimate to get it approved by insurance companies, and what is that going to equate? That's going to equate to potentially large jobs, knocking down large jobs in 12 every single year. That could potentially increase your revenue, just an untold number of dollars. So those are the presenters. There's probably going to be more to follow, but right now that's what we've got on the schedule. But we're still working on it. So exactly what are we going to be talking about? The first thing we're going to talk is Richard Hodges is going to go over his masterpiece. This guy figured it out. He broke the code on how to repair software returns and metal to make them absolutely bulletproof to all wildlife. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Richard Hodges. He's going to talk about metalworking certification. Go ahead there, Rich.
Thanks, jet ski, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just going to be basically teaching the first part of my class that I taught at another event. It's going to be Metalworking 101. It's going to be using steel as a functional yet highly aesthetically pleasing extrusion method, how you can use it on soffit returns, freeze board, just all the different applications you can use it for, what types of steel we use. To me, I think we found the perfect coatings for a 28 gauge steel. I'll be sharing that in my class as to what we use and how just it basically lasts a lifetime. We're going to be talking about the tools that we use. I'm kind of excited about talking about tools because in my last class I talked about a lot of the tools we've used. I found a bunch of new tools that make it even easier. It makes it go even faster. It actually makes it look even better. So I'll be excited to share that with everybody. Another big thing I'm going to be talking about is distributors. Where do you get this kind of steel? Where can you get it at from your area? How do you order it? How do you find companies that can send you some stuff that's got, it's already got, it's pre-bent, like around trim pieces and stuff like that to make your job go faster for you and your technicians. We're going to cover that. And what I'm most excited about doing it, the way we're doing this training, is it's going to be a hands-on course. We're all staying right together, basically, in a close proximity. At the end of the day, when all the courses are over and we're hanging out, you want to go get some time on the break, we're going to have a model there. You want to practice, myself or Patrick, we're going to be around. Just bring us over to it. You can practice all night, just as long as you want. We're going to be there helping, and our goal and our main objective is I want everybody that leaves this class to be able to take it home and be able to put it into place, start training their technicians, and start making money using this method. The second class I'm going to be giving is going to be Advanced Metalworking 102. This class is pretty unique. We're going to be teaching a lot of new stuff that's, I think, is pretty groundbreaking to the industry. It's going to be how to texture metal, the type of metal, like I said, that we use. It has a special coating on it that makes, you can use stuff to make it look like it's wood grain. You can use stuff to make it look just like it's hardy board, PVC board. You can turn this metal and you can put it on wood grain and other strange surfaces, like even cement, and you can texture it to make it look just like it. So it's not just a shiny piece of flat metal on something that has a texture. We're going to be covering that. Crown molding, that's a huge one. Gosh, I had squirrels. We were doing soffits, and we were doing everything but the crown molding because, you look at crown molding and you're like, how am I going to get metal bent like that, on 20 soffits? And I found someone who can make it. I can hook you up with a distributor, how they do it, how simple it is, how quick the turnaround time is to get it sent back to you so you can start on a house. But like I said, we did a house where we were just doing the soffit and the freeze boards and leaving the trim out, and the squirrels kept busting through just the trim piece, the one piece we didn't do. So I'm like, I got to figure out a way to do this and make it better. So we're going to be covering that. We're going to be telling you selling points. How do you sell this? How do you get your customers to be on board, to pay such a higher price? How do you explain it? We're going to talk about warranties, the benefits of doing it this way. Like just one instance is once you do a soffit this way and a soffit return, that's where the wood always rots first. In doing it this way, it prevents the woods from rotting there, because when the rainwater runs down, it goes under that exposed edge of the wood, and then the wood starts sucking the water up like a straw. When you do it this way, this prevents soffit rot. So that's just one of the benefits. And I'm going to go over all the other ones too as well. We're going to go over the tools of how you do it, the advanced stuff, and the benefits, and hook you up with all the distributors that I use. And I think the biggest thing in learning and doing this method is how you are going to increase your profits. Increase revenue. Gosh, since I switched to this method, I mean, I'd have to say it's easily doubled my revenue every year. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be fellowship, hanging out, being with great people, and just we're going to learn so much from each other. I mean, I'm ready for October to get here, guys.
Amen to that. If I could, I want to piggyback off that one real quick before we go any further. I was fortunate enough to sit through Rich's class earlier this year, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated, but I went out and bought me a metal brake, and I started getting after it, and I was pretty slow at first. I'm still getting better, but I'm gonna use myself as an example. Okay, I used to do soffit returns, the old way I was taught, and I won't say who taught me this, but and it worked pretty good. I put a lot of effort into it. I did it right. I did what I thought was right and what I was taught. And then not only that, it still works in some instances. My old method does, especially when folks can't afford, to do it the right way. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, after spending time with Rich, learning this method inside and out, now I'm only going to use the portion when I say soffit returns and metal work. That type of work that I used to do with my old method and now I do this new method, it has more than tripled my revenue, for those specific tasks. It is absolutely incredible. And one of my most powerful tools for selling these jobs and basically justifying the significant additional expense, not only is the aesthetics, but the fact that it makes it absolutely bulletproof. Raccoons can't tear through it. Rats and squirrels can't chew through it. It's airtight. Even if you've got rotten wood, you can put this metal over the top of it. You can chip away some of the rotten stuff, put this metal over the top of it, cut it, bend it, get it in there perfectly, seal it up, paint it. It looks absolutely amazing. And some folks that might be looking at replacing, significant amounts of wood and soffit returns and whatnot, it'll save them money in the long run and add years to the work. And in a lot of cases, they'll never even have to really worry about replacing the wood. This stuff is absolutely amazing, and it's really simple. It puts money in your pocket. Definitely a great thing for our industry as far as craftsmanship and skill, and it's absolutely amazing. Next thing we're going to talk about, Ridgeguard. I have talked directly with Tony Siri and his guys, and if you don't know Ridgeguard, I would venture to say most of us do. I fought it. I'm not going to lie. I fought it for a while, and until I got my first tube and got my hands on this product, I won't use anything else. This product has absolutely changed the industry. It truly has. I've gotten permission from Tony. They're going to with the presentation that we're going to be giving you guys, it's not from James Catchings, okay? This is coming directly from Ridgeguard. They want their training uniform, and I am 100% on board. They've got a great organization. They're great people. You can talk to everybody from the owner down. They are just amazing people. They've got an amazing product, and what's cool, it's even better now. We talked earlier in the year about the type of material that they were using, and I live in a coastal area, a coastal zone. I was worried about rusting and oxidation. It used to be powder-coated expanded metal. Obviously, metal's going to rust in salt water. Tony took it serious. He did a little research, and they have actually changed their entire line to not only a heavier gauge expanded metal, but it is a 20 gauge, and it's a material called galvannealed. Okay, and what it is a steel. It truly is a steel. It's a 20 gauge steel, expanded steel. The name of it is galvannealed, and it is zinc heat pressed 100% all the way through. It's not galvanized coating. It is not. It is actually zinc heat pressed all the way through. And in layman's terms, the best way to explain it, it is the most rust resistant steel just before going to stainless steel. Absolutely incredible. Still powder coated black, looks absolutely amazing. It's even more heavy gauge than it used to be, and it's just incredible. I'll break down some quick numbers for you so you can kind of say, well, is it working and whatnot. First of all, if you buy it in bulk is 10 tubes or more, and that's basically a pallet, okay, 10 tubes. It breaks down to $390 per tube. All right, so I'm going to break it down all the way. That equates to $2.45 per product foot. So 1 foot of Ridgeguard actual material equates to $2.45. Okay, obviously, there's 160 feet in a tube. That equates to $392. What's your profit on that? They've got a breakdown within their presentation, which we'll talk about at the course. I'll tell you what I sell it for. I sell it for $25 a linear foot. Not $25 a linear product foot, but if I've got a 10-foot ridge vent, I charge them $25 for a 10-foot ridge vent, plus an additional 2 feet for the end caps. How does that work out? I pay $2.45 per material foot. My profit per linear foot is $10.05. In other words, a tube of Ridgeguard I spent $392 on. My profit is $1,608. I just had one of my guys, and in fact, it was one of my newer employees. He's a young man. He's only 19 years old. Been with me a couple, 3 months. He's done a little bit of Ridgeguard, but not a whole lot. We got an emergency backhaul. I'll tell you, this is it, and it was 168 feet, I want to say, is what we did. And it was 5 different sections. 168 feet, 5 different sections. So he did all of that, I want to say, in just over an hour. It was like an hour and a half. In other words, I made $1,600 profit in a little over an hour. Okay, profit. That's the kind of numbers we're talking about. And one of the good things about it is I've got a really good relationship with Tony and Jack. They're sending me the PowerPoint presentation. Everybody that attends this course, you will be a certified installer from Ridgeguard. And knowing that this product has a lifetime warranty, the only time that the warranty can be can be extended to the client is if you are a certified installer. It's great if you're already using the product, but if something happens, it wasn't installed properly, whatnot, and the client comes back and if there's a lawsuit, you might have to bite the bullet on that because you are not a certified installer and they won't honor the warranty. That certificate will get it to where you are a certified installer and you can extend that lifetime warranty to your client. Very, very, very powerful. It's an easy course. It's easy to install. And what's great, we're going to have a model there for Rich to teach his metalworking class. There's going to be a ridge vent on top of that model. Everybody is going to get hands-on training. You're going to get to see it done. You're going to get to do it yourself. You can do it as many times as you want, but we're going to have Ridgeguard there with that model, so you're actually going to have hands-on and be able to install it yourself. That's another thing that's very special about this course. Since other organizations have these large, massive groups, this is going to be a small, intimate setting of like-minded individuals, and we're all there truly to help one another. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm truly excited about it. The next event.
Can I add to that real quick, James?
Yeah, absolutely, Rich.
Man, the guys at Ridgeguard, they are truly amazing folks. I mean, Jack, Tony, Jory, everybody up there that works, his team, they are solid, and I mean, they will help out in any way possible that they can. I mean, you can send a Facebook message to Jack Searles at freaking 10 o'clock at night, and he's going to respond, and next thing you know, your order's placed. It's truly amazing. Great guys.
I absolutely could not agree more. Oh man, this is one that I'm truly looking forward to. Rich is going to talk a little bit about this one, I believe, because he's got one of the most amazing air rifles on the market today, and I will be purchasing one this week. But the shooting certification course is going to be taught by Jim Walton. I'll let Rich expound on this one just a little bit.
Okay, well, Mr. Walton, I met him at another training event, him and one of his friends, and got to talking to them both, and got interested in this whole PCP air rifle thing, and man, it spiked my interest, and reached out to Jim. We became quick friends, and gosh, this guy, farm snipers, I mean, we call him the Reaper. He travels the world. He goes to Costa Rica and all different kinds of places. He does iguana shoots. Gosh, if you've seen any of his videos on YouTube, I mean, it's just amazing the stuff this guy does and the ranges that he shoots birds from, iguana. I mean, and he's the number one, I think, professional in this industry of doing this. And he's going to be teaching us about these air rifles, how they work, everything from A to Z about these things, because they're truly complicated weapon systems for sure. It's not your regular powder burner by any means. They're very technical, and it's not just something you can jump into. It's like even after this class, you're still going to have to go do a lot of work on your own to master this profession. But to me, I think Jim is one of the number one professionals probably in the United States, heck, if not the world, in this industry as far as PCP air rifles. But he's going to be teaching us that. He's also going to be teaching us, okay, so how do you find this kind of work? How do you make sure you're doing it legally? You know, you don't just want to go out and start shooting animals with your air rifle in the city limits if you don't know all the ins and outs and legalities of it. He's an amazing guy. I'm so glad that he's on board and he's a part of our team. I couldn't be more proud. But he's basically going to be teaching us everything. We're going to have air rifles on hand. You're actually going to get to fire these weapons and see how amazing they are and how powerful they are. But he is just the leader in this industry as far as PCP air rifles and shooting animals and how to do it correctly. He's going to teach you how to get these contracts, how to look for, what you need to know. And it's just going to be a truly amazing course. Hopefully at some point in time we're going to be able to have him to have an interview where you can hear what he actually has to say. But he's out working right now. But I'm really, because I'm just now getting into this myself. I just bought a FX Crown, and I've been shooting it every single day since I've had it. I called Jim, probably driving him crazy, and Chris Sims, but I'm sure I drive those guys nuts. But they've helped me so much, and God, man, I'm looking. This is the one you don't want to miss for sure. It's truly exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are, James.
I am. Like I said, after we get done with this, I already told you I'm ordering one this week, and I was not kidding. We got to talk about that. That's it. We'll talk about that offline, though. But yeah, this is definitely a course that I'm truly looking forward to, and the applicant. Just imagine. I mean, come on, seriously, shooting things and getting paid? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's got my name all over it. I'm excited. I'm truly excited.
But it takes a special person to be able to do that. You have to admit, you got to work at it.
It truly, truly does. I agree with you. I'm really, I I can't even pick a quote. I'm excited about every single one of them. I truly am. I am truly excited about every bit of this. All right, next up, I believe is Chris. He's not with us as well. He's actually out working too. Now we talked about cracking the codes earlier. Chris has been in the industry a long time. He's got a lot of history with Mario. He's long. They worked together for years. But his specialty is the one of the things that truly has been it's like the holy grail to our industry. I'm going to let Mario discuss this because he's got a lot of history with Chris. He understands the ins and outs of this a lot better than I do. This is another class that is going to increase or add significant revenue to your business. I'm truly excited about this one as well, because I've had a hard time cracking this code. This guy's got it, but I'm going to let Mario explain it in more detail.
What's up, guys? So this is one that I'm extremely excited about just because I admittedly, I have not been doing any kind of trapping or anything for probably the past year now. So I really didn't know any of the changes that have been happening with insurance claims, and now that just talking with a lot of people, I guess a lot of these claims are not getting approved. So hearing that, I spoke with Chris, and I was asking Chris about the different claims and if policies have changed, and he said they have not. Actually, the only policy that's changed is the military policy. He said it would be very expensive for them to go and just change policies. What they are doing, though, is they're figuring out loopholes that they can get away with to deny claims that are basically being done by trappers. Unfortunately, a lot of claims that go through might be very expensive, and some people may be pushing the boundaries a bit, and what happened is they kind of got smart to that, and they figured out a way to kind of shun the people that are not insurance claim adjusters. So basically, I talked to Chris, and he said, yeah, man, the insurance claims are still going through. Like, there's been no changes if you know how to word these claims and push them through. So speaking with him about the event, he was very interested in coming on to try to educate and help some of the people that we are bringing into the event. So what he's going to do is he's going to come in and give us his information on how to process these claims and word them so that they actually do get pushed through, and you can kind of continue on with getting them approved the way they were before this kind of little shakeup has happened. I've been working with Chris for probably about 10 years now. I don't do attic restoration myself, so what I would always do is I'd pass it off to Chris, and Chris would process the claim, and then he'd go ahead and do the work for me. So I know he's probably the guy in the industry to go to in comparison to everybody, just because he does have 30 years as a licensed trapper, and he does have extensive time doing damage restorations and animal damage repairs, and he also is licensed by the Department of Insurance. So as far as knowing every aspect and from every angle, he's the guy to go to when it comes to getting these insurance claims processed and done. So definitely something I'm really excited about, because I really want to get everybody kind of fast-tracked with this so they can start pushing this stuff through and kind of figuring out those little loopholes that are put in place now to kind of stop these claims from going through. Next up, website optimization. Obviously, I'm excited about this. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for, I don't even know how many years, since 2009. So about 9 years, going on 10 years now. This is all I do. I have several thousands of dollars invested in, that's yearly, into masterminds with some of the very best in the SEO industry. I have probably about 300 websites right now that I test, and I'm always doing different things and trying different things, and just staying up to date with all the algorithms that happen. One of the things I want to do is I want to show people the benefits of being able to create your own leads, not depending on a source or another website that will make or break your business. If you want to make sure that the source that's bringing in the income, that you can control that as well. You don't want to depend on a source that is completely owned and operated by somebody else. If that website goes down, gets hacked, whatever it may be, you don't want to have your business take a hit. Also, it does bring in a substantial amount of value to your company. Say you do want to sell your company, if you're bringing in a ton of leads and this company is self-generating these leads, it's going to be a big plus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over different ways that you can boost your website by just using only your own website. Different things that you can do within your website without needing technical SEO knowledge or spending a ton of money on backlinks or building backlinks, where you might use the wrong anchor text and get yourself penalized or something like that. What backlinks are is just getting a link to your website on another site. There's been a lot of changes lately also with backlinks where they have to be niche relevant and geo relevant. There's so many different little things to look out for, but really Google is really pushing for user experience and quality of content. So right now, personally, what I'm doing is with all my clients, I'm really boosting up all of their web pages full of content, basically like a Wikipedia page, so that there's topical relevance for every little area concerning every type of wildlife and every type of wildlife service. Another thing we're going to touch on is conversion optimization points. What a conversion optimization point is when somebody comes to your website, are you converting them to a buyer, or are they just researching information? Are you setting yourself up to open up questions in their mind where you're not answering them, so they have to bounce back to Google and go look for answers? Or are you answering those questions and showing them, hey, we are the company that can service your need, and we have the qualifications to make you feel comfortable in spending your money with us. There's different colors that are psychological that, strike awareness or help, or, different things like that. We're going to go over all the different colors, form placement, where to put your forms, where to put your phone number, how to make sure that your phone number pops up properly on a mobile device. A lot of websites I see there's a phone number, you really got to look for it. There's a lot of little different things that need to be done to make sure that these people are visiting and calling. You don't want somebody on your website clicking the back button, because it shows Google, hey, this search query that was just searched, I looked at this website and bounced back, that wasn't what I needed, that website didn't satisfy the search query. That'll actually push your website down the ranking. CTR is click-through rate, that's a real thing, and the bounce rate is how fast people bounce off your site. That's another real thing too. So you want to make sure that all that is in place properly, so you're getting these people to call, because that's what it's all about. It's getting that call to come through, and then from there your sales will take over. Also, questions. So if you're going to write a Facebook post, or you're going to do an ad or anything like that, you want to make sure that you're wording your questions and your statements in a specific way to trigger an emotional response by hitting pain points. People will pay to get away from pain or fear. So whenever pain or fear is present, at that point, if you have a solution to get them away from that, money is not the option at that point. It's how fast can you get this done. So you want to make sure that you're striking a pain point with these people, showing them, hey, is animals in your attic destroying your insulation and causing this problem and that problem, or whatever it may be, and then you're going to offer that solution to where you're the guy that's coming in to save the day. Another thing we're going to touch base on is TrustStars. So if you ever have searched for anything in Google and you get the search results that pop up, there's going to be an area where you see these gold TrustStars, but they're going to actually be right in the results. Most of the time you're going to see that for something like a product site like Amazon or Facebook, where you'll see like that star rating, but many regular websites don't have that. There's very few I see that actually have that. I'm going to show you how to actually get that to populate within your search results. So say you're ranking number 4 or 5. Well, you'll probably get the click over the guys that are ranking above you, because number 1, this is eye-catching. Number 2, it shows pre-approved trust. It shows people have used your website, used your company, and you have that kind of vote of confidence that other people have used it and voted you highly. And this is going to help you out a ton with that click-through rate. Now, in turn, like we touched base on earlier, that click-through rate is what it's going to get your website to go higher. Rankings and content on your website and backlinks, backlinks and content can only do so much for your rankings. And then after that, what takes over is the click-through rate. How is the user experience? Are people staying on your site? Are they satisfied by the information that you have, or are they bouncing back? This is what it's going to take to get that number 1, number 2 position. One bonus that we're going to have for you, it's going to be a done-for-you subdomain that's optimized. So basically, if your website is animalremoval.com, this will be anything you want it to be, raccoons or bats.animalremoval.com. I'm going to go ahead and build out a full website on that subdomain for you that'll actually be set in place that Google will treat as a separate website, but it'll bring in leads directly to your company. This is something that I used to charge $500 a month for. I'm going to do this for free, just as a bonus to kind of show you the power of what a properly optimized site will do for you, and also just give you some value back on the techniques that I'll be showing you. Because when you start doing techniques and changing things in your website, you're not going to have an immediate return. You're not going to have immediate results, because Google does take time to take things into account, and then they push them out as they go. So second thing, I'm a little bit more excited about this one. Google Maps, Google My Business Optimization. There's many different things people call it. This is a big one because not many people know that you can optimize these to rank. And actually, up until about the past year, even SEOs or companies that offered SEO services really didn't know that there was a way how to rank these. They would offer suggestions on what they think might affect it, but personally, talking with some of the best in the industry that do this and kind of partnering up on some different projects, there is an actual way to rank in maps. And what I'm going to do is go over all the simple little things that you can do within your maps. You can actually just download an app. You download the Google My Business app, and as you go throughout your day, you can do these little different things that will make you, number one, rank for the different services that you offer. So if somebody puts bat guano removal, how do they know that you offer bat guano removal if your company's name is, for instance, right here, Trifecta Wildlife Services? How do you inject that keyword relevance? Or what if you offer, attic restoration? How do you inject that keyword relevance into your listing to get you to rank here when somebody locally is searching? Another thing is all the tools that are in there. Google has a free business site. There's coupons that you can offer. There's different offer posts that you can do. There's Google Posts. There's lead messaging where people can go in here and directly message you when they send you a text. If you respond back, it shows Google you're an active company and you're actually using their tools. They love people that use their tools, and they highly reward the people that use their tools. And this is something that probably 95% of people are just not using. They don't know how to use it. They don't even know it's available. And what we're going to do is show you how to use these properly so you can start getting these to rank in maps. There's certain ways that you can get reviews and get these reviews in a certain way that will also inject keyword relevance. And the last thing regarding the tools is there's an area that 98% of people don't use, and this is really how you would inject a ton of relevance for both geolocations and services offered by just using this one area. Aside from all the tools that you can use, there's another thing that pops up a lot. A lot of people want to know, how do you get rid of fake reviews? You have competitors that'll leave you a fake review, or you have duplicate map listings from another company that wants to just do, keyword service or, city service, where they just start populating these maps, and now you're competing with companies that are just the same company. I'm going to show you my personal way that I get these deleted, where I do this by myself without any help from Google. And then I'm also going to show you another Google moderator area that's not listed publicly, but this is an area where if you don't want to do it yourself, you can get these issues expedited quickly, have somebody that's a real Google moderator look at it, and then get these knocked down for you, so you don't have to really worry about trying to get them knocked down and waiting days and all that for that to happen. This one's coming with the bonus too. So this bonus is going to be a done-for-you service where I boost relevancy within your Google map using the question and answer form to, again, inject that relevance for the different services you use and different areas that you offer these services in. So if you have a Google map and you click on it, you'll probably see something that says questions and answers. That's a huge thing that nobody uses. And if they do use it, they don't know how to use it effectively in a way that's going to get you rankings and get you map placement. So I'm going to basically do that for you and also show you how to do it yourself, so that if you have multiple listings, you can go ahead and move forward with optimizing those as well to make sure that you're getting the rankings that you deserve and start ranking above your competitors. Moving on from that, we're going to go to the residual add-on bonus. This is a bonus course. This originally wasn't even part of the course, but we wanted to add this in as a bonus because it adds so much value. So we had to twist Kevin's arm to get him to share this, because it is it's kind of a top secret thing. It's very, very easy income, and at the same time, it's a lot of income. It's so much income that it will probably blow your mind how much money you'll make with the amount of time that you'll invest daily. So I know personally he spends probably about less than an hour a day working on this, and then the rest kind of just takes care of itself. It's amazing. I've seen a couple people try to touch base on this and ask about it in different groups and so on. Nobody has the correct information on this. A lot of people have the wrong idea about it, and I actually love it because it's less competition. But he's going to go over everything A to Z. So it's going to be pricing structure. How do you sell this service? How do you offer the service? As far as employees, how do you pay them and manage them? How do you offer bonuses so the work is done correctly and on time? Different mistakes that he's made in the past with just the trial and error of setting up this type of business and what to expect, and also the income potential and then growth milestones. So what should you be making per X amount of customers in X amount of time, and how long, how many jobs per week should you be putting out there on one technician for, what amount of money. I mean, he's really going to go over A to Z. He was with a franchise previously. Since working with me and me doing his marketing and things like that, he actually moved away from the franchise completely, and now Kevin's just running the company. And I do the marketing for that, and the lead generation has been incredible. So this is just something that I'm really excited about. I can guarantee you that this income, this passive residual income model, is a lot more than a lot of trappers are making now, and with far, far less work. It truly is it's a gem. It's a diamond in the rough, because people, they don't know what's to it. And then there's going to be a bonus for this one. So the bonus for this one is going to be a done-for-you optimized site to collect leads. I have quite a few of these built and made for Kevin that supply a lot of leads. I'm going to build one for you for your service area, so you can get going. It's going to kind of fast track you and not having to pay somebody to go and market this for you, and you can just kind of basically work off of that and let that grow into fruition, and then from there you'll have that residual add-on income source. And if the numbers are correct and the amount of clients that you have is good, you can always move into that full time, because the income is there. It's spectacular. Okay, last one of the courses we're going to show is the contract. So legal contracts are a big deal, and it's something that can make or break a business. A lawsuit, not all businesses can take a lawsuit if something went wrong. The contract that we're going to be going over is a contract that was written by lawyers specifically for the wildlife control industry. That's going to be concerning if somebody touches your traps, if there's an accident on the property, just everything A to Z that's going to cover your back, so you can make sure that when you go there and you have that contract signed, that you're comfortable and there's not going to be any liabilities coming after you later. This contract specifically that you'll be getting to look over, it was several $1,000s. A very, very expensive contract. This is something that had to be paid by Rich. So just by being able to see this and mimic your contracts off of this is solely worth the cost of this event alone. It's a very, very well-written, perfect contract for this industry. I haven't seen anything like this. I haven't seen anybody with a contract this extensive, but also something that's not going to scare your customer away into not wanting to sign it away. They're not signing away their life. You're just protecting your company. One more thing on this, and it's just kind of grouped in with this, is the way that you write up your estimates and bids. A lot of times people just write up the service being offered, X amount of feet for this cost, blah, blah, blah. Well, there has to be some perceived value whenever you're offering something to a customer or a homeowner or somebody who works hard for their money. You want to make sure that you show the value of what's being put in. There's certain words and keywords that are going to strike something in their mind to show them that there's real effort or real skill behind it. Many times I've showed up to a house, set a trap, and they say, well, that's it. You're only here 15 minutes and it's $95 or $150. You have to show them the value that was put into what you just did. It's not something that can just be learned overnight. There's a real skill behind what we do. There's real effort that goes into animal proofing. There's costs that are involved. So the way that you write these contracts, or not the contracts, but the bids and the estimates, that's going to be huge on if they want to actually spend their hard-earned money on and buying that, or if they want to wait and take their chances to see if they have another animal that comes along. So this is going to be huge, huge, huge to add on. This is another one that we added on kind of last minute, but we're really just trying to knock it out of the park with this event and make sure that we have everything covered from A to Z on protecting yourself, getting leads, how to sell these leads, and then offering services that your competitors are not going to be offering. And if they are, it's not going to be to the level or scale that you are after this training. Moving on, the where. I'll let Jimmy take over from here.
Location, location, location. Anybody in business knows location is key. These are my stomping grounds, guys. I grew up on the Texas coast, and Crystal Beach is by far and away one of my little hidden gems. It holds a very special place in my heart. It's a great location. One of the cool things about it, it's off the beaten path. I mean, you don't drive through Crystal Beach. If you end up in Crystal Beach, you meant to go there. It's got a unique location. This event, we're not going to be staying in hotels. We're not going to be staying in casinos. We're not going to be staying in. These are true beach homes. These are houses. These are absolutely gorgeous, on the Texas Gulf Coast, on the beach. Every single one of them is beautiful, top-notch, absolutely amazing. We're not going to be sleeping, everybody's going to have their own room. If we end up getting too many people, we're going to figure that out. But right now, the way we've got it set up, we've already all pitched in. We've got, I believe we rented 5 houses, and these aren't little bitty beach houses. These are fully furnished, all the bells and whistles. These are true beach houses. They're absolutely amazing. We spared no expense. We've already laid it on. That's something. So when we say that we're going to be actually on the beach, we're going to now listen. Don't get it twisted either, though. Yes, we got it set up to where everybody's going to be comfortable and having a great time, but our training is going to be real. Okay, and we're not doing this just to make it, well, I guess we are kind of doing it to make it a little bit more appealing, but honestly, if you're going to go big, if you're going to do something, go big or go home. We're going to do this right. Okay, this is something new. It's groundbreaking. This is a totally new direction for taking training, but this area is absolutely gorgeous. These homes are absolutely gorgeous. They're all very, very closely connected, so what we're going to do is we're going to have one main home, one main location, where all the training is going to take place. After the training and classes, we're all going to hang out. We can break up into groups. We can all go to the beach because we're going to be right on the beach. But these houses are absolutely amazing. They're beautiful. We had a little gathering there earlier this year, and let me tell you, every single one of us absolutely fell in love with it. It's gorgeous, and the cool thing about it, we're going in the off season. Excuse me, and an added bonus. Like I said, I grew up on these waters. I grew up on South Texas coast, on the Gulf Coast. This time of year, weather starts cooling off. Surf kind of gets a little bit flat, the mullets start running, and this is the time of year where we can really get into some really good surf fishing. Redfish, drum, pompano, sharks, you name it. I'm bringing all of my gear. If anybody is a fisherman, please bring your fishing gear. We are going to have an absolute blast. There is going to be time for fun, okay? It's not just going to be all work. But if there's a training event that you need a little bit of one-on-one, every single one of us is going to be there. Every single one of us is going to be there the entire time. If there's something that you missed, or if you go to bed at night and think of a question, write it down. Have your little notepad, write it down, and the next morning come in and approach any one of us. We are not better than anybody. We're bringing our A game. Every single one of us is bringing our A game. So if you go to bed at night, you think of a question, write it down. Have a little notepad with you and talk to us. And if you come up with an idea, something that's better than the stuff that we're talking about, feel free to present it. But the bottom line is, we picked an area that we want nothing but good, positive, creative energy. All of us, we want everybody to be happy, content, well taken care of. Food, we've got some great cooks on the team. Food, beverages to include beer, everything is all included, okay? It's just an all-inclusive deal. These houses are top-notch. We're going to have some great meals. And if you RSVP and decide you're going to come to the training, feel free to send some requests for what you want for meals. Okay, there's nothing off limits. So just you can put meal requests in. Let us know what type of beer everybody wants. We're gonna take care of every bit. It's all inclusive. So this is gonna be not only a really good time, but this is gonna be a totally unique to this industry type of approach to training. It's not just us cramming information down your throat. We're going on the same level as everybody else. We're just wildlife professionals trying to be the best that we can. And once we started this, we weren't sure which direction we were going to go with it, but we have so much energy, so much creative energy, so much knowledge between us as a team. It would be wrong for us to just hold on to it, especially the way that a lot of the other folks around are operating. We want to share this knowledge, but we're not sharing this knowledge with everyone. But we're handpicking who is going to be part of our circle, okay? So it starts with, the selection process, the application process, which Mario's already talked about here in a bit. but the location was key. In order, I mean, and I think everybody will understand that. You know, if you want a learning environment, you want a creative environment, you want something that's relaxed, you want it to be fun, you want it to be chill, and that's why we chose Crystal Beach. It's beautiful. It's in the off season. It's going to save us a little bit of money. We've already rented the houses. We already have them, but it's going to save us a little bit of money. There's not going to be a whole bunch of other tourists and loud people and troublemakers and everything. But it's a great location. It's a beautiful beach. And yes, we're going to put in, and I'll make a promise right now. If we put some effort into fishing, if I've got some fishermen that come, let's put some effort into fishing. If we can catch us a nice mess of fish, I will give you guys a fish meal that will knock your socks off. I love to catch fish, and I love to cook fish. I've got some great recipes, not bragging. I just happen to be raised in a family of cooks and outdoorsmen, and that's just one of the things I've done since I was a young boy. My mama raised me right, and I will cook you a meal that will knock your socks off. We're actually going to be doing that quite a bit. But if we can get into some fish, you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to have us a very nice fish meal. If you scroll down just a little bit, I believe we posted some fishing pictures on there. I can't remember, but if we scroll down just a little bit, I think we posted a couple. There's a couple of pictures. All right, let Mario take over from here.
All right, so getting into the when, this is going to be the second week of October, and the way that we're going to kind of do this is we're going to have a group dinner on October 9th, so there's not going to be any training on October 9th. We're just going to have a group dinner so we can all just get to know each other before we actually start. That's the main thing we want to do is establish relationships with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that group dinner October 9th, probably like maybe Galveston, downtown Galveston, and then what we're going to do is follow that up with the training on the 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then right after that, we'll close that out with a day of ocean fishing and jet skiing and just, you know, having fun and soaking it in and having a couple beers on the beach. So I think that's probably going to be the best way to cap it off. This is not just training, you know, this is training, networking, and this is going to be a real experience just of letting loose and kind of having fun out there. So, again, you know, just to reiterate, there's nothing like this out there. Nobody's offering anything like this, and that's why we're really, really excited to kind of put something like this together and make it happen.
Hey, Mario, if I can jump in on this real quick.
Go
Scroll
ahead.
back up to your picture up at the top over your profile.
Oh, shark?
We didn't. I want to freaking give you some props on that one. Okay, so just to clarify what I'm talking about. Remember what I mentioned earlier? Earlier this year, we did a test run. We just wanted to all get together and try to get to know one another. We chose Crystal Beach, and Mario came down. A few of us got together. We had a great time. That right there is a nice little bull shark that Mario caught on Crystal Beach. That's where we're going to be. And look at that water. Absolutely flat and beautiful. That's a beautiful little bull shark, and we ate it that night. It was nice. But yeah, it's this is the real deal. That's what we caught earlier this spring. And those other pictures that we showed, I mean, we're not just making this up. These are real. This is us doing it. We're actually, this is not just work. We're going to play too. We're going to get the training in. This is going to be top-notch training. This is going to be training that's going to put money in your pocket. And guess what? You're going to go home with some memories too. You're going to go home with some memories. You're going to go home with some new made friends, and life is going to be great. And I'm so incredibly excited.
Yeah, can I add to that?
Yeah.
Since I've been a part of this group, you know, meeting you, Mar, James, Mike Garrett, gosh, Kevin, everybody that's Jim Walton, everybody that's been a part of this team. I mean, the blessings are just amazing. I mean, I feel like that we honestly have an expert in every area of this business, that if I get fumbled up on something or I run into something that's unusual, whether it be internet stuff, like, you know, say a competitor gives you a bad review, oh my God, how am I going to take care of that? If I would have tried to do that on my own, now I have somebody I can reach out to that's going to help me. The same thing with trapping. If I run into a trapping problem, I know who to call for trapping. I feel like we have an expert in every area and field of this business, that I've always got someone that I can call personally on the phone, and all of us guys have hung out, you know, and we're adding to the group, and anybody that gets to come to this training, oh my gosh, you're just going to be blown away of, of having all this access to so many different people, and it's just amazing. I mean, I've never ran into a problem since that I don't know who to pick up the phone and text or call to get this resolved, and it's usually one and done, and I'm good. And when I was in the military, we had this camaraderie in the infantry that, I mean, gosh, even if you didn't really like the guy, man, he was our brother. He's still our friend. We would die for him. And that friendship and camaraderie, I've been trying to find that since I've been back in the civilian world, and I hadn't been able to find it until now with you group of guys. And, man, I just want to thank y'all. Man, it's a true blessing, and I can't talk about it enough, man. You guys are my best buds, and I love you all, and gosh, honor to be a part of this group for sure.
We love you too, man. Absolutely. It's really cool because it's not just us. It extends. Our families become friends too, and we spend these trips together, and the relationships that we grow. These are some of the highest quality relationships I have in my life, period.
I agree 100%.
I mean, just equal and on par with friends that I've known my entire life, since grade school. It's the same thing, and that's just what happens when you mix with people that are like-minded and have the same goals and insights in life. It's a magical thing. It truly is special, and until you actually experience it, it sounds like just words, but it's really not, man. It's a real thing.
It's the real deal for sure. That's right.
And that's also another reason why we are having an application process, because we don't want people that don't really mix with what we have to offer and the way we think and the way we try to approach things. We want to make sure that the people that are coming in, can't just afford the ticket, but people that are actually going to contribute to what we're trying to grow and are going to help that cultivate along. So with that said, getting into the price for all-inclusive, everything included, $29.97. That's going to include your lodging. So you're going to have a private room in the beach home. It's going to include your meals, and then it's going to include all the training. Once the rooms have been filled, we'll have limited bunk spots in shared rooms that can be offered in case-by-case situations, but we don't know yet if we're going to release those. The seating is not seating, but the rooms are very limited. So it's basically a first-come, first-serve. We will have the application process. Jimmy, you want to mute me or mute your mic? Because I think I'm hearing some feedback.
I had it muted, buddy. I am muted.
Okay.
I'm unmuted. I just unmuted it to answer, but I am muted.
Okay, cool. No problem. So that is the cost. If the cost seems expensive, to be honest, it may not be for you. What's really going to this event is, to be honest with you, it's our breakout event, so that's why it is this low. It'll probably never be this low again. To give you a little bit of background information on what I've spent on some of the things that I'll be teaching, last year alone I went to Greensboro, North Carolina. I spent $3,500 on an SEO event that was 2 days. And this year, again, I'll be going to the same event, which is another $2,000. That is not even including any of the other SEO events that I've been to in between there. Rich's training alone is worth far more than this entire cost. As Mike Garrett said, 2 tubes of Ridgeguard, you sell that, you pay for the whole event. Kevin's training is going to add on a ton of money if you actually implement that residual income, and that's almost a hands-free operation. If you look at addicts, if you land one extra addict, that's going to pay for the course of this. You can't even go down to Crystal Beach and get a guided fishing, day for $750. So the value in this is extremely high. We want individuals that actually see the value and know what they're actually getting. And we want guys that are going to go out there and implement this right away to start making money and start increasing that bottom line. So that is the cost, and the way we're doing it is we'll have an application at the bottom of this page. When you visit the link, you can apply. We're all going to go over it over the probably next day or day or two, and then once we decide who we want to go ahead and extend those offers to, we'll send out offers for the ticket. You'll have a few days to process and purchase, and if you do not, then it will have to be passed on to the next person because these seats are very limited. We have a high interest already. We haven't even put out this video yet. So that is how that will be set up. And then just this disclaimer again, this training is not for everybody. This training is not set up to be like the masses. You know, it's not, if you're going to compare this to anything that's out there now, you really can't. You know, we're not sitting in a conference room. We're not, you know, eating hotel continental breakfast. You're not going to be in a room with 100 or 200 guys where you can't really see the stage and you can't ask questions and you don't get that hands-on experience where, you know, if you don't get it the right way and you go home, you may just not get that information. That's not what we're about. It's not what we're doing. And also the thing is, we're just trying to keep this very pure and simple. It was said on Facebook, you know, every group has its holes. We're not trying to have holes, so what we're just going to do is keep it very simple. We're getting the best in the industry that we can, and then we're also going to be offering training classes by the best individuals that are the best in their field. And that's it. You know, that's the bottom line. We're not going to have the politics that are involved. We're not going to have, you know, I'm not going to get into too much of that, but there's just, this is just going to be very pure. A good group of guys offering high quality training, and we're going to try to do this as much as we can to keep putting out new courses and classes. So if anybody else has anything to say on that.
I know, Mario, I appreciate you staying like right in the middle, but let me expound on that a little bit. I ain't scared to stick my neck out just and I'm not saying you're scared, but I'll say this. When it comes to people I deal with, okay, I'm a little rough around the edges, you know, and quite a few of us are. You know, a lot of us are real type A personalities. Got a little, you know, we can be a little bit, come off a little bit harsh. But I'll tell you how I operate. When it comes to my friends, colleagues, you name it, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Our mission, our goal, we don't care about numbers. They're going to come, okay? People are going to want to be part of this, but what we care about is quality, not what we can get from you. That's not what we talk about when we say quality. When I say quality, we want quality individuals, like-minded individuals, not somebody that just wants to come in and get a whole bunch of information and sit on the sideline and then not contribute. Those people will be gone. They will be gone quickly. They don't belong in this team. This is a team. This is a family. These guys, all of the guys that are in our, we have gotten so close so quickly, and I don't care if you believe in God or not. This did not happen by chance. We did not come this far, this quickly by chance. It didn't happen. This isn't an accident. Okay, this is real. Okay, and when we say the application process, it's not that we're arrogant. It's not. That's not it at all. We just know who we are. We know what mission we are. We know the direction that we're going. We see this industry. We see that some of the competing industries, pest control and wildlife, are trying to come together. Those are 2 separate industries. Okay, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to be the best at our industry, which is nuisance wildlife control, and then our little special thing on the side that, man, I cannot wait. I've already got my business license, and I'm already getting started on it myself. It is truly exciting. But when I say 4 quarters over 100 pennies, I mean it. We don't care if we have hundreds or thousands of members. And I'll be honest with you, we don't want that. What we want is quality, like-minded individuals who bring their freaking A game. That's what we want, because that's what we're bringing. I'm not the best at everything. I'm the best at a couple of things, but I ain't the best at everything. I'm not. I'm not. I am truly humble, and I'm humbled by the professionalism, the friendship, and the camaraderie that is being shown in this small, unique little team and family that we've built. And it's only getting better. It truly is, and I am so excited. So remember that. This is not a volume thing. This is not truly a money thing. This is something that is very special, very unique, not like anything else in the industry. I'm not a salesman. I'm not. And it almost kind of sounds like I am. And the only reason it sounds that way is because this is the most excited I've been about anything since I've gotten in this industry back in 2010. I am genuinely excited. There's nothing I won't do for this team. I had 2 appointments I canceled today just so I could be part of this webinar and be part of this effort and team and do my part. I love this team. I love what we're doing. I love these guys, and I freaking mean it. So that's my team.
We know you do, James. We know you do. And we love you too, brother.
All right. Well, that's my 2 cents.
I think, man, I think everything's going great, man. And just guys, if you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is fill out the application. And God, we look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Man, I think it's just going to be amazing. How about you, Mar?
Absolutely. I really don't think that we can add anything to this to make it any better. I think we've covered so much, and we have some of the true best professionals in their respective industries. So I think that's it, man. I think we should wrap this webinar up and get it out to people so they can start knowing what we got to offer. And that's it.
Let's get it out there.
All right, guys.
One team, one fight, fellas.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely.
All right, bye.
All right. Have a good one, guys.